Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and once again it's review time, and today we are taking a look at the Transformers Legends Targetmaster Windblade. Yeah, Windblade's back. She's got a Targetmaster and a Headmaster, and she's in that nice paint job from Japan. I didn't get a chance to get Titans Return Windblade, so this is going to be the Windblade for the line for me. So my first look at both versions, essentially. And yeah, may as well go with the Japanese version with the Targetmaster and that nice paint job at the nose cone. Now I've seen pictures of Windblade for Titans Return, and aside from the nose cone, a couple aesthetic choices in the paint job and the swords, and the Targetmaster obviously, there's not much different between them. That said, I still think I got the better version. But yeah, we got a Targetmaster here. We may as well look at him. And it's Pinpointer, the Targetmaster of Crosshairs. And since we don't have a Crosshairs figure yet, he's sticking with Windblade for a while. As you can see, Crosshairs is a nice red gun. And while I was expecting him to be a repaint of either Firebolt or Recoil, he's his own mold. This is an entirely different mold from either of the others, like here's Recoil. While it doesn't show perfectly well, they are separate molds. See on the legs there, it's different. And yeah, you can see the arms are actually different too. Same goes for Firebolt, who's got a much shorter barrel. And yeah, Haywire is the same. So yeah, it's a different mold entirely. But he transforms the same as the Autobot Headmaster or Targetmasters. Just like that. It's really a piece of cake. And he has that same articulation. Not a whole lot, but just enough. So, good to have him. But let's get a closer look at Windblade. As you can see, she does have her normal trademark sword, which is the same as the Thrilling 30 version. The exact same mold, which is okay. It's a good sword. But the jet mode is quite nice. Very sleek. A lot nicer than the Thrilling 30 version. Feels a lot more filled out, although there is still a little bit of gap in the back, but you got a nicer jet. And for comparison, let's bring in the Thrilling 30 Windblade. And yeah, two very different looking jets, although this is the Legends version, the Japanese version, by the way. So you can see the same nose cone design, but yeah, significant differences in the style. And honestly, I think this Windblade turned out better. Now if you open up the cockpit, you'll see the Windblade Headmaster, which essentially is Windblade. She became a headmaster to protect everyone from the Autobot Targetmasters who were going haywire. No pun intended. But yeah, you got the Windblade face on the back. And all in all, it is a very well painted figure. I mean, not much in paint apps, think a little bit of red on the chest would have done wonders for this one. But for what it is, it's good. Does the job. But in any case, I think it's time we transformed her. So let's get to it. And this one is actually kind of easy. Let's start by pushing these wings up and flipping the legs back. And we're almost halfway there. Flip in the landing gear. We'll just stand her up as well, and she's getting kind of tall, so we'll back up the camera a little bit. Now we'll pull these up. They actually hinge up like this. Rotate to rotate. Flip the cockpit back. Just spin these in. We'll compress. And then we'll attach the head. And we are done. And Windblade is looking quite nice. Now Windblade's robot mode looks really nice. A bit thicker than her last incarnation. Well, in Generations, I mean. Possibly the RID version as well, I don't know. But, yeah, she's a little thicker. But not in a bad way. Definitely has a different vibe to her, though. But the head sculpt is very nice. As you can see, very lovely. I do like how that turned out. The blues are nice and metallic, and they pop. The eyes pop well. The red and rounder eyes look good. The lipstick looks good, and the gold crown thing looks pretty nice too. It doesn't come off like the previous versions, but that's okay. It still looks nice. The rest of the body is painted rather well. It's just a mix of reds and blacks with a little bit of translucent blue plastic around the collar, which is good. Now, one thing I will note from what I've seen of the Hasbro version, these shoulder pads have red paint on the Hasbro version, and they omitted it, I think, to closer resemble the previous Legends version. So I'm cool with that. They want to keep it close to the last version, which is fine. It works for me. Now for articulation, we got a ball joint in the head thanks to the Headmaster. Got ball jointed shoulders. Really nice range of movement there. Although they will bang into the wing pack, which is unfortunate. Got bicep swivel, 90 at the knee, no waist, but you got universal hips, a little bit of detent at the in and out, you got a thigh swivel, and you got well over 90 at the knee, and a little bit of toe movement. So she does have some nice range there. So I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, kind of trying to balance her here. There we go. Now, for her accessories, we saw Pinpointer already, which I'll transform him real quick. This is actually a piece of cake. Transforms just like any of the other Autobot Targetmasters, which is good. And yeah, pegs into her hand just fine. So she can wield pinpointer at her leisure. Now her sword is just a clear blade, which is actually different from the previous version of the sword. Which, give me a sec. Which had the clear purple. Now, I do like this color sword better, but this is still nice. It's nice that they stuck with the energy blade. And that actually does fit in her hand quite well. And she can still do the trick where her sheath will just simply peg into her thigh, which is nice. Gives her weapon storage, makes it a little easier. So I am pleased with that. Now for comparisons, let's bring in Legends Windblade. And as you can see, quite a difference. We'll take pinpointer off here for a sec because, oops. Yeah, the head isn't that tight on there, unfortunately. But it does pop just back on. As you can see, there is a significant difference between the two versions of Windblade. And the Thrilling 30 version is a lot thinner. And a little bit more elegant in ways. Although I do appreciate the simplicity of the new version. So there's that. Also got to get her with Chromia. You know, have her with her bestie. And yeah, these two do look good together. And since Windblade was IDW and has a specific place in that comic book, we gotta get her with Starscream, because these two are often seen together. And these two do work together pretty well. Starscream's nice as a bigger bot for an IDW shelf. So I am quite pleased with that. But in any case, I do like Windblade. I think this is a really nice version, and I'd highly recommend her. If you can't find the Titans Return version, get this one while you can. You get the bonus Targetmaster, get a really nice paint job, and the original sword. So yeah, I do recommend it. I'm going to have to debate on whether I want to put repro labels on this later or not, but that's for another day. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye out there, whatever you are.